Hello, this is XL, or known as Give Me a Bonsai, and this is the perfect set that you can actually put on this Dra C Kai Heavy, and this is the Terminator of all Terminator low tier mobile suits. Now, the thing about this mobile suit is that if you want to put your normal tickets on a really nice mobile suit, you could put your normal tickets on this, and you get some nice range modifiers, and range modifier is what you want. Look at that 52 range strength on this mobile suit. That's just crazy. That basically beats almost every single support in low tier, and it even puts the Gigan to shame. And the Gigan is known for spamming its machine gun. This one's even worse. Like, this is even more terrifying, and this is the reason why I wanted to jump to 300 cost space matches. But every single time when I try to go for 300 costs, it's just like, I know your game, Bonsai. I don't want you to freaking do 300 space. And after months of waiting, finally able to freaking put this mole suit. And these matches, I was able to pull a lot of these good games in 2 days with this mole suit. And this mole suit is like truly not even fair. And I will give you the specific reasons why it's absolutely not fair. So I'm just popping round after round, and 20 rounds is one stagger. So this has 120 rounds. 5 times 20 is 100, plus another 20. That's like, let's see, 6 staggers. So you can stagger a dude 6 times in a row if you were going effectively. If you're trying to shoot your shots one at a time, this thing is just rips through mobile suits like no tomorrow. And to top it off, it's just like, oh man, it's like using this mole suit, it's just like cutting bamboo, literally. Now, when you're going to matches, this thing is it's just overkill. It really isn't fair. And if you're a high tier player using this mole suit, you could do some really nasty damage to the whole team. And since this is a low tier mobile suit, like 300 cost, the thing about this 300 cost mobile suit is that it's just it's pretty fast. It's pretty fast for a support that's it's just dangerous. Now the rockets, it also freaking does that. Also has a Panzerfaust with his dangerous switch. Now, to top it off, this mole suit is just, you don't want to get locked on by this bad boy. When you're a low tier mobile suit, you just want to stick distance away from this thing. If you go to close range, you're gonna have to deal with its combination of dangerous weaponry. And when I mean dangerous weaponry, this probably is one of the most dangerous Dra Cs out of the whole bunch. And the thing about this Dra C, this is a mobile suit that is a MS rewards mobile suit. Look at that, tearing through that general's health, and I still have like 32 rounds, and I wasn't like shooting perfectly with this thing. Now if you're trying to fall back, you can just pivot your mobile suit maneuver, so you can make your mobile suit pretty slim, and when you're falling back, it's just really nice when you're trying to catch up onto dudes with this goddamn crazy melee. Now the melee of this mole suit is just the melee is just devastating. And when I mean devastating, look at that crazy reach. I feel like this mole suit has the most craziest, longest reach of a lot of these mobile suits. Compared to the Dra C's, the Dra C's got some really crazy nice reach. And you know, there's also that raid Dra C, which is amazing. The general Dra C is pretty good. And this one, just, you know, to top it off, it's just a support. And you know, if you're used to using a Zaku that can't even dodge roll, this is one of those mobile suits that is just feels so nice. It just feels so nice in the hands, man. You can literally aerial ace dudes with this thing. Look at this. Just imagine there were literally 3 guys in a row right there. You just knock them down like dominoes with this thing. Now this mole suit has pretty good melee. It's fast enough to go for a second melee strike. Now when you're using this mole suit, you can instantly go for the melee. Once this mole suit stops, you can go for melee. So yeah, that's real nice. And it takes dudes by surprise. Look at that. Really quick, nice finisher. Now, this is one of those videos where I just wanted to add in here, and it was kind of pretty trolly. Me and this guy, we were trying to go, you know, 1v1 in flight, and I was just missing almost all my shots. I feel like a complete moron. And you know, it just didn't make any sense how he had like still so much HP, and it's really not fair when, you know, players' HP just heals. Now I'm trying to shoot. I shot him once, and you know, 3 bullets of this machine gun is all it takes to take down a dude. Now I'm trying to go for a bazooka shot. And me and this guy, we were maneuvering like really nicely, so it was some good stuff on his part. And you know, that's kind of retarded. The HP just heals. I was in a combat area. I was in the worst area for me to be, you know, fighting this guy. And basically the whole enemy team were basically out in the open, and if one of those enemy players would run into me, I'd be squashed like a bug, man. Not so good stuff. And you know, I'd be missing a lot of my shots, but he hasn't landed a single shot on his rifle on me. And that's how hard it is to aim this gun in space. And I just dislike this gun. Guys, I don't think I've ever been able to get a nice single kill. Maybe when they were trying to arm the base, because you can't really shoot them if they're not standing still. Now I'm going over here, boosting down, and me and this guy were just going ham at each other. He's taking the cap, but I'm gonna take the cap back too. Didn't want to go up there because I saw the enemy player had their mole suits at this section. Look at that, I did like 3 shots, but the HP just revives. So like, that's kind of retarded stuff. Now at this part, I was vulnerable, and he would be vulnerable too. Now when you're in flight in space, you can boost just like almost every single mole suit you can. So you can boost when you're in pilot mode, which is a really nice tip. Going over here, was able to stop that man and let our ace get the kill right there. So it was basically a, you know, pretty good match with the Z2. And I have some really amazing videos with this Z2. A little bit too many, as a matter of fact. Now that was kind of trolly, so I was just like having a hard time. But this video is going to be about the Dra C Kai Heavy, and what this mobile suit it's fearsome. And when I mean fearsome, it's got some crazy specs, like a 52 range boost on a Gatling gun that can stagger every single 20 shots. That really isn't fair. You know, and then a lot of these mole suits in space, they literally have one shot with the bazooka, and they have to make sure they make their one shot count. Now, this mole suit is just effective in close, medium, and long ranges. So, you know, it's all around a freaking solid mobile, man. Very savage stuff. Try to land my melee. He moved out of that specific position good enough. And that's the thing, you know, you just gotta show them you got more bullets than they do. And you know, players they just can't stand Gatling guns because they get touched. They get touched by the bullets, man. And then if they get touched a little bit too much, they want to nerf it, you know? They just want to nerf it because it's just they can't handle when there's something a little bit better than their mobile suit. Now I'm going over here. I'm boosting into the confrontation, and you know, this mobile suit is just, it knocks down raids when they're trying to approach you. That's how good this support is. And this support is just, it really kicks ass. You know, if this mole suit does like 100 or 120 damage per shot, you know, if you add those numbers up, man, it's just, it's evil things. Now I had this one match where I just got literally, you know, molested to death by raids. And you know, that was one of the best things that the raid players did in that entire match. They basically stopped this mole suit from being a pure evil spitting machine. And when I mean spitting machine, it spits everything, like a lot. It's worse than a goddamn llama, man. And I'm just going in, landed my melee. And you know, when you use this, when you see the enemy player stagger, you go for the melee. Once you go for the melee, they can't do anything. Literally. You can catch the reach so quick that they just can't move out of the stagger because of the Gatling gun. And to top it off, the Gatling gun reloads stupid fast. I feel like the Gatling gun on this mole suits, it reloads more faster than anything ever. Now there are other 3 weapons on this mole suit. There is the anti-ship rifle, I believe the 135mm, something like that. And then there's also the machine gun variant with 36 rounds. But if you're using this thing, I recommend you use the machine gun. The machine gun is just it's worse than a assault shaker. So, you know, you just gotta tell them that they just can't, you know. Right over here, I was using the rockets, a circle tip. If you have rockets, I call it the death circle. So you can literally go for a really nice circle of rockets with this mobile suit, or there's specific mobile suits that can do that, like the Super Gundam with all those rockets. Now, if you literally circle them around with the rocket, they're going to eventually die, especially if they have low HP, which is a really good tip for you to know.
In the devil's name. This is
Now the thing about this mobile suit is just, it's really amazing when your team members are literally in the front lines and you're in the back lines. When they are in the front lines, that means that once you go into the front lines, that means you have enough HP to, you know, survive close range engagements with this thing. Very, very, very mean stuff this mole suit is. Right there, my mole suit was shooting a shield. I kept on messing up. And you know, when you're using this mobile suit, you just go through the whole switcheroni, man. Sometimes this mobile suit just feels like a box of macaroni. Sometimes you never know how much macaroni you're gonna get. Now I'm going over here. You going for the cheese gun right over here. Look at that cheese, man. It's just absolute cheese. This mole suit is just absolute cheese. I don't know what is more cheese than this mole suit in low tier. Now, why do I say this mole suit just amazing? Basically, it's got 2 Panzerfaust, okay? And these 2 Panzerfaust is something that a camper uses. Then this mobile suit's got a Gatling gun almost similar to a Pell Rider space type. Then it's got a melee strike similar to a GBO2. So, you know, if you add all that criteria in a low tier mobile suit, that's just, yeah, that's kind of beyond overkill. Plus these rockets that a lot of mobile suits would usually have. I'm kind of glad that these rockets are not heat seeking like the Gazoom. But if this mobile suit had heat seeking like Gazoom, man, that's just, it really isn't fair. Look at this. Landed my rockets, came in there for the straight off jab, dude, of the crazy speed of this melee. Now this is one of the most slowest Dra Cs, but you know, it's still able to maneuver into a lot of these specific situations. As you can see, you know, I was able to get 11 kills with this mole suit, and 11 kills for me is kind of typical stuff. Yeah, it's just games like that just happens with this thing. Now this match wasn't really fair because we had 2 high tier players and the whole enemy team were just filled with a bunch of, you know, low tier players with B's and C's. So, you know, it was just right off the bat, it was just a really bad comp on the enemy side of the team. Now, what I find really devastating with this mole suit is that the falling back is even more broken. So you can fall back and you can still shoot this goddamn Gatling gun. And you know, using this Gatling gun, you don't stand in one position. You know, there's a lot of mole suits that you have to stand in one position and use a Gatling gun. This thing, you don't have to use it like that. Use the beautiful rockets to stagger that Dra C. And the Dra C was trying to go in clutch with the melee of this thing. And I believe there was another guy on our team named Medieval. So we had a Gigan, then we had 2 Dra C Kais in space, which is just a little bit too much, you know, peppering salt in space. So yeah, that's just really unfair, and it basically put a whole enemy team on a very big disadvantage. But I'm not sure if you've ever had a match where just nothing but machine guns and machine guns. This Dra C was doing a good job trying to keep me at a distance, trying to keep me at bay. And you know, you can actually get games where you don't die with this thing. I know this mobile suit is capable of not dying whatsoever. Now, it's just very, very dangerous. And what makes this mobile suit absolutely dangerous in 300, you have some really crazy kill switches on this mobile suit. And when I mean kill switches, you got a whole plethora of weapons that you could just literally shoot and enjoy. Not like in every single, you know, mobile suit that you can actually get. Look at that. This is broken. This is absolutely broken. Look at this. He can't do anything. Absolute savage. And my gun reloads. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm done shooting this Panzerfaust. I am done shooting my my rockets. Now my gun is absolutely reloaded, so I can go for the next barrage of bullets on this next poor victim. You know, like when you get into the sights of this mobile suit, you're basically a victim, basically. And for this mobile suit, you just can't call a lawyer and tell it, oh man, there's this mobile suit, man, and it's too powerful, and I want to sue this man, but you just can't. Look at that. Like, holy moly, I feel like that mobile suit is just filled with absolutely so many holes. And if a dude's trying to approach you, pop the rockets and the dude can't approach you, you stagger before they can even do anything when you try to, like, goddamn. Look at that. My gun is reloaded. And to top it off, they can't do anything except for, you know, bombard you with artillery, because you know you're doing an absolutely excellent job. You're doing an excellent job just triggering them. Now, this thing is just, oh my god. And I have some really good matches with the Gigan also. Now, when you're using this in space, it's just, I feel like, man, I just wish it had legs. You know, I just wish it had legs. I could use this on the ground and just like spam, but I feel like this thing is even way better in space. And you know, just having this as a space type is where it belongs. And you know, the whole design of this mobile suit is just wow, man. Just wow. Look at this. Not fair. Look at this. They're spamming artillery. They're just, I am tired of these rounds. Look at this guy. Keeping a distance, don't want to approach. Keeping a distance. And the thing about this mobile suit is that it's just so good that you can literally hold off a whole enemy team full of low tier 300 cost mobile suits. This mobile suit is so good you can bring this to a 350 and even maybe a 400 cost match. Now, look at this. Overkill. And you know, I see a lot of players, you know, use the Zaku 3 custom, and you know, they are not using that mobile suit right. Like every single time I'm just like, bro, you could have done this, you could have done that. You know, in this mobile suit, you could have done, like, you have every weapon on this thing. You have so much disposable, you know, power that's just beyond anything right here. Really isn't fair. Look at this guy. He's literally trying to focus on our Dom, but he's literally getting peppered by this gun. slowly eating his health. The circle barrage. Now I'm going over here. Trying to take out this raid, and look what I'm telling you, I'm literally fighting raids with this thing. Very dangerous mobile suit. No one can approach you. That's how good this mobile suit is. If they approach you, it's either that they are like right behind you, or there were literally 3 or 4 guys who were trying to approach you on the left and right flank, like in absolute anger with this mobile suit. You can literally kick back throughout the whole match using this thing. Like, come on, dude. Use the melee. And the melee is just... Why does this mole suit has a GBO4 melee? Why do I strike like a GBO4? Oh well. My god. And I believe I did like around 100,000 damage in a low tier match, which is just, it's amazing. It's crazy. Now, yeah. Now this is one of those matches where raids were striking me, and this is one of the worst maps for this anti-ship rifle. I don't know why I wanted to bring this anti-ship rifle into this match, but in open space matches, this anti-ship rifle is pretty kick-ass. I've seen actually a player get first place with the anti-ship rifle before. Now I'm going over here, and the raids are going to go after me throughout this whole entire match. Now this is one of those problems with this mobile suit. You're gonna have really hard turn rate moments with this thing if you get you know, rushed with this thing. And in this specific match, I just wish I had the machine gun. And if I had the machine gun, I could have like literally popped 20 rounds and staggered any mobile suit. I think it's gonna be like around 40 rounds or 30 rounds to stagger a raid with this. But you know, that's crazy, man. This mobile suit has some really messed up, devastating effect against players and low tier ratings. And you know, throughout this whole moment, I wanted to see if I would get, you know, rushed to death. And basically I am getting rushed to death. I didn't want to put support me. I wanted to see if my team members have eyes to figure out what is going on, but they were just focused. They were focused in trying to, you know, get a good game. But you know, if you keep on seeing your points drop over and over again, that's a sign. And if you can keep an eyesight on the sign of, you know, the weak spot of your team, that's a tip. If you keep an eye on the weak spot of your team, you can save that team member from utter destruction. And if you save that team member from utter destruction, you can actually win a game like that. Now, yeah, this anti-ship rifle is just really hard, but it's perfect in open space maps. So you know how like this this whole space area, it's like close range and cluttered and everything. Right now I am currently getting chased by a raid, and I really want to ignore the raid because it's a Zaku flipper. The Zaku flipper is just going to just annihilate this thing with this gun. And the turn rate speed is just crazy, and this guy's doing an absolutely amazing job with that Zuda. I believe in this match I've died like around 7 times and I only got 1 kill, which is just pretty damn hilarious stuff, but oh well, you know. And I wanted to give this mole suit kind of a greenish, brownish desert color. type of look on this mobile suit, like a kind of like a spaceship vibe. And when you're using this mobile suit, it's just literally like a spaceship armed with so much, you know, power and so much weapons. Of like, this mobile suit is just crazy, you know. Now I imagine a team full of these mobile suits, like 6 of them. Oh man, we will literally be melting generals in such a rapid succession, to the point that they want to nerf this thing. Now, the thing about this Kai, because everything with the word Kai in there means it's an absolute badass. Now, when I'm just going in with this Panzerfaust, the Panzerfaust is just, it does its work, and when you land both of them onto their single targets, it's just some dangerous stuff. Very nice stuff. Right here, getting chased by a raid. I can't do anything. But when I can, it's just very difficult stuff. And a lot of these moments, I'm basically kind of like a sitting duck. I literally shot that mobile suit in point blank range, and that was probably the only kill I got throughout that whole match. But you're gonna get like literally a bunch of amazing Swiss cheese matches with this thing, and you know, it's just, you gotta pick the right weapon for the right maps. If you don't pick the right weapon for the right maps, you know, it can literally lead you to moments like this. Now I am basically out in the open. 5 or 4 guys can literally shoot right there at that opening, which is a really bad spot for me to be at, especially since a bunch of raids are trying to chase this mobile suit down to death. And I'm basically landing a lot of my shots. But you know, yeah, finding you get Zaku flippers is just kind of like those things that you just gotta keep in mind, and also any sort of raids. And I think there's like this Zaku that's a raid that has a heat hawk that can just do like some crazy chopping damage. Like, it can literally chop me like wood, like for days with this thing. Zaku Flipper was trying to go after me. I'm just having a really hard time trying to, you know, get a right angle. Trying to calculate my angles when I'm trying to approach these players. He caught my melee. Absolutely good stuff, Zuda. And yeah, I believe that's the very first standard Zuda. I really want to get like really good with that thing, but I have the Zuda F, and I feel like the Zuda F is just, I feel like it's a little bit more fun. No, yeah, just horrible match with this map. You can probably get better shots, and the whole enemy team basically had like around 2 raids, so they took advantage and they took the moment to just chase this mobile suit down. And you know, when you're using this Dra C, you can get real nice and aggressive. You know, you just feel the gears running through this thing. And you know, when you see this mobile suit use its Gatling gun, it just spins, dude. It just automatically spins. Go for one target, go for the next, you know, 300 cost target. Now there was an enemy player. He was obsessed. I mean, like literally obsessed with using that gun. But yeah, it's just, it really isn't fair having this mobile suit in low tier matches. I feel like this mobile suit belongs in around 400 cost, and for this mobile suit with all these crazy capabilities, this thing basically stomps anything. That literally, it destroys any support. It has more ranged boost than any support. You know, that's just crazy stuff. And you know, the supports, they have to land their shots directly. This one, I'm gonna tell you why this mobile suit is absolutely broken. The Gatling gun, okay? It is not any sort of Gatling gun. It automatically locks on its rounds in the circle crosshair of this mobile suit. So whatever round that shoots through this crosshair and this circle crosshair, it's going to land. So yeah, that's some dangerous stuff. But as I was saying, there was an enemy player who was absolutely obsessed with using the gun on the enemy team, and I feel like he was doing an absolutely good job, just you know, trolling our whole team, including me. But you know, yeah, this thing is good stuff. You just got to find the right openings with this thing. Very, 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 very dangerous cost mobile suit. And the reach of this mobile suit is like literally like the length of this, 3 lengths of this mobile suit maybe, or 4 lengths. I am not sure how far the reach is, but it's insane. Look at that. That guy couldn't even do anything. You know, that's messed up things. It's messed up for this mobile suit to just have such a plethora of, you know, dangerous ass weapons. And that's the thing, you go in for melee, then you go in for the melee, get set up for the next melee. Dangerous, dangerous stuff. Try and land my rounds. And that's the thing, like, you just switch onto the next dangerous ass weapon that this mobile suit has. All the weapons it has, it's freaking dangerous. Dangerous. Look at that. That guy couldn't do anything. He just boosted, go in with the melee. When someone wastes their boost, they can't catch this melee once they waste their boost. No matter who they are, once they waste their boost, you go in for the crazy reach jab, the wheat jab. You know, it's just the reach jab. Messed up stuff. Look at this. Look at the X crosshair on that thing. Round after round. And there's basically an enemy player on the other side of this section, and he's basically, you know, sitting on that machine. But when you're using this mobile suit, it's just, when you land your shots directly, man, it's just, it really isn't fair. Look at that. Reloaded my next clip. Look at that. See a dude with low HP finish him off with this gun. Another dude with HP, gonna do the same thing on this guy, I believe. Look at that. Low HP, bruh. Say goodbye to your maneuvering. Like that's how dangerous this model suit is. Going in. No, that's not fair. Especially when the whole, like, let's just say there was a general and he was basically focused on your team members, right? Let's just say he was focused on your team members. You chilling in the back line, you can pop in the freaking machine gun, then you can pop your Panzerfaust, then you can pop your rockets. The one player who's trying to hold off two of your team members can only pop off like some grenades. He can only pop off like I'm not sure if there's any beam rifles, bazooka shots, or machine guns, you know. Bro, you have the most strongest machine gun in the entire galaxy. This is one of the most strongest machine gun in low tier rating. The strongest. This heavy machine gun is just a little bit too brutal. I'm trying to dodge this enemy sniper trying to lock on me. Look at this. Maneuvering, just baiting the shots. I was using the machine gun. I didn't know I could do this onto, you know, that machine right there. Look at this guy. He wasn't ready for the action that was going on. And the thing is that even if your team falls down, you even come out strong with this crazy mobile suit's plethora of weaponry. Very nice. Really painful on the other side of the receiving end. And I believe this is one of those good matches I've had with this mobile suit too. I had a good amount of matches with this mobile suit, and it's just really amazing. And the more you use it, the more broken it feels for, you know, enemy team members. And if you just keep on spamming this mobile suit in 300 cost space over and over again, this mobile suit was like, yo, you can 1v1 anyone you want with this thing. If a Zaku comes at you, you can 1v1 him. If a GM command comes at you, you can 1v1 him. If a GM2 comes at you, you can 1v1 him. You can 1v1 anyone. If a Zaku flipper try to approach this thing, I feel like the Zaku flipper has the most highest chance of catching this mobile suit off guard. If a Zuda tried to, you know, catch up onto this mobile suit, you're asking for a bunch of rounds to just it's very painful. If a Zaku FS tried to approach this mobile suit would just literally stagger it before it can even do anything, and then your team members come in to finish off the raid. Now, look at that. Messed up ass stagger. Messed up, dude. That's messed up. No. That's messed up, bruh. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I feel like almost every single enemy player are just literally saying, Gasol, like, shit, man, I can't hide from that machine gun's power. You know, this makes the Dom Barrage look like a joke. You know, like this mobile suit Come on, dude. Crazy, dude. Crazy. And the crazy thing is that as for a support, it's very fast, it's very nimble, and this is my very first match with this thing, right off the bat. And before I used this mole suit, I tested this mole suit. When I first tested this thing, I was like, what? I could destroy, like, literally generals with just this machine gun, just completely? Like, yo. And then you get a whole bunch of high tier weapons on this mole suit. Like, bro, people be running away with only like 40 HP. You just need one shot to just finish them with this mole suit. Very, 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 very painful to approach this thing. Now, there are ways to approach this mole suit, and that's if you can tell like 3 of the enemy team members to approach that mobile suit first, or they can literally spam the support me button or attacking supports, and you know, that is a really good reliable type of thing to literally say when you're trying to approach this thing. Another thing is that if you have 5 enemy team members trying to approach this thing, they can take it down like right off the bat, you know. But this thing is going to fight till the end. Look at this thing. Ready for the next barrage of this mole suit. Bruh. No matter what you do, if no matter how much dodge rolls you got, this thing is just going to just constantly shower you. Messed up ass mole suit. It's one of the most strongest supports. If I had to rate this mole suit, I'd give this a 13 out of 10 because of its low cost and its high tier and its mobility, its whole arsenal that it has. It has some really crazy capabilities. I can get real creative with a lot of things that you can do with this mole suit, but you know, I just, goddamn, dude, really messed up stuff. Really messed up. Like, you can literally slam this heavy melee onto a group of guys, a whole group of generals. You know what I mean? You can throw the Panzerfaust on a object. The object can just literally deflect 2 guys off. Look at that. Panzerfaust hit the other guy and the other one separated to attack the other guy. Crazy stuff. Really isn't fair fighting this thing. Look at this guy. He has to fight a whole group of guys, including this mobile suit, like, in the fray. Like, come on. Bruh. Look at that. That guy wasn't seeing that coming. He was focused on the dude in the front lines. And this mobile suit just literally whiplashed its goddamn heavy melee on a general. Me and this guy, we basically flicked our melee really bad, so it was just like really hilarious stuff. This guy used also the Kai, but he used a variant of the sniper rifle, which was really good. Now I'm going over here, just getting attacked by this general. General just needs a few shots off of me with his machine gun, and that's it. Deflected the shot right off him. He was able to do a nice finisher off this mole suit. So if you wanted to retreat, you can use the melee to retreat out of distances. as a support, that is a really amazing benefit for this small suit. Really amazing. Like, let's just say there's a corner, do the melee, and you could get out of an enemy player's barrage full of weapons. Going in, shooting these machine guns like nothing. Going in for the nice finisher right there. Look at that. But this thing just did a hella good job throughout this match. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, 13 out of 10. It's just, it's one of those supports that you just have to use. You know, they have to pull this in the shop. But yeah, see y'all later. Take care.